I beg to move that leave be given to bring in a bill requiring the Secretary of State to nominate the UK's chalk streams as a serial natural World Heritage Site. Yeah. My bill concerns a rare natural resource of universal value. We in the UK are custodians of 85% of the world's chalk streams, our equivalent of the Great Barrier Reef, timeless jewels of our natural heritage. And yet we are allowing them to be drained dry and to have raw sewage dumped on them by water companies that put people before profit and the planet. My bill ensures we finally give chalk streams the same reverence and protections that we give to our greatest cathedrals or monuments. Our streams and rivers are just as much a part of our national identity and international significance. And a number of these rare and beautiful ecosystems run through my constituency of South Cambridgeshire, including Hobson's Brook and the rivers Cam, Granter, Shep, Ree, Mel, Wilbraham and Orwell. And they stretch far beyond my constituency, from East Devon through the North Wessex Downs and the Chilterns, up to the Norfolk coast, with a southern spur through the South Downs and into Kent, and a northeastern block in Lincolnshire and Yorkshire. There is nothing more British than standing beside a sparkling river with kids and children paddling and playing pool sticks. As the world around us changes, such scenes have brought joy to generations before us and should bring joy to many generations to come. But our responsibility is far greater still. Article 4 of the UNESCO Convention places a duty on our government of ensuring the identification and protection for all humanity of our natural heritage, of which chalk streams are the national jewel. This is a huge opportunity for the government to advance its Pride of Place programme, pride locally, nationally and internationally. And we are here today in one of our World Heritage Sites, the Palace of Westminster. We are proud to have 32 World Heritage Sites in the UK, and yet only 4 are natural World Heritage Sites. My bill requires the government to remedy this and to nominate the network of chalk streams as a serial natural World Heritage Site. The whole process necessarily takes a few years, but as I shall explain, the goal is clear, the justification is strong, and the work must start now. To approve a site for natural World Heritage status, UNESCO must be satisfied that it is of outstanding universal value. In David Attenborough's words on his BBC series Wild Isles, they are one of the rarest habitats on Earth, supporting extraordinary richness and diversity of life, more plant species than any other type of river in the UK, providing critical habitat for rare species such as water voles, white-clawed crayfish, brown trout, and a unique chalk stream subspecies of the Atlantic salmon, alongside many specialised invertebrates. And, Madam Deputy Speaker, there are only 260 chalk streams worldwide. Their number is small due to the unique conditions and alchemy that's needed to form them. They exist only where water filters slowly through chalk aquifers, emerges at springs, crystal clear, mineral rich, and at a near constant temperature throughout the year. Or rather, that is what used to happen. Today, our chalk streams are in a perilous state. Climate change is one of the greatest threats to our nature and wildlife. Extreme droughts are exacerbating the damage already being done. We are letting our streams be drained dry because of untrammeled growth, allowing water companies and agricultural runoff to create a chemical cocktail of sewage and slurry. Wildlife is suffering. The chalk stream Atlantic salmon is close to extinction in some rivers, and rising temperatures threaten the survival of trout. That is why this House should make a clear commitment to restore and conserve these rivers. The government has itself recognised their value, and a minister once observed that if our chalk streams were buildings, they would be UNESCO heritage sites. Exactly so. UNESCO designation will help galvanise protection, public engagement and investment in their recovery. The nomination process will take time. Inclusion on the UK's tentative list is the first step, and for this, further research and monitoring, conservation planning and preparation of the case for nomination is needed. A fundamental requirement is the engagement of local governments and stakeholders and networking amongst them across the broad geographic span of the chalk streams. And in fact, this work has already begun in many communities where they treasure the value of a healthy chalk stream for their physical and mental health, recreation, where they're monitoring their water quality, acting as stewards, cleaning and maintaining them, fighting for their survival. Armies of volunteers, civil society groups, incredibly capable and connected, including the wildlife trusts, the National Cabba Chalk Stream Restoration Group, Wildfish, River Action, and in my constituency, here with us in the gallery, the Cam Valley Forum, the Cam Catchment Partnership, the Friends of the River Shep, the Granter, Fullborn Fen, and the Cambridgeshire Climate and Nature Forum. We need to see the government follow through and step up on its own assertions about its commitment to chalk stream conservation, because commitment at the national level for protection is an essential prerequisite for nominating a site for World Heritage status. And the UK has maintained certain legal protections. However, of the 200 plus chalk streams, only 11 are designated as a site of special scientific interest and only 4 as a special area for conservation. So much more needs to be done to ramp up to stop the sewage dumping and the abstraction that we've talked about. And that's why I'm joining many voices to call for listing chalk streams alongside ancient woodland as irreplaceable habitat, which they certainly are, in the National Planning Policy Framework, in line with the government's concession and promise during debate in this chamber, and I quote, to make clear unambiguously our expectations for how plan makers and decision makers should treat chalk streams. And we should also be ring-fencing substantial financing from the Water Restoration Fund. As a nation, Madam Deputy Speaker, that prides itself on its love for nature and prepares to celebrate the 100th birthday of nature's greatest advocate, Sir David Attenborough, we have a responsibility to act. It's a global responsibility handed to us by the rocks beneath our feet. So let's embrace it, celebrate it. Let's be the global custodians of our very own equivalent of the Galapagos Islands, the Great Barrier Reef, the rainforest. Madam Deputy Speaker, this bill would start the journey to secure UNESCO recognition for one of the rarest habitats on Earth. We hold 85% of the world's chalk streams. Yep. With that privilege comes responsibility. Let us rise to it. I commend the bill to this House. Yeah.